All right. Hey, what's up? I wanted to come on here and respond to a comment because it's very thoughtful and they took the time to write it. And they even said, Caveman, I just found your channel. I'm really surprised I never stumbled upon it before this. I'll sub if you respond to my comment here. And you read that and you're like, I don't really care that much, because when someone asks that, they're not going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? Until I read the comment. So I'm going to read the comment right here, and I'm going to respond this way because, the old man eyes, the fat fingers, the small keyboard on my phone, I'm just going to do it this way. So it's Sarah O'Hara, and the comment is, Caveman Paradigm, I just found your channel. I'm really surprised I never stumbled upon you before. They hide me. I'm telling you. And I'm sweaty. I just got back from the skate park out here. We had a hot day in the mid 70s today. It felt like summer at the skate park, man. I think I'm a little sunburned up here. But anyway, so let me get back into this. She says, so listen, I know for a fact Tom used to tell reactors to reach out to him and he'd remove any copyright claims. He even made a short clip of himself granting general overall permission for reactors to include with their reaction videos in the attempt to help them avoid copyright issues. I assume it wasn't very effective though, because I rarely see reactors including that clip. However, I've seen many reactors say that they've reached out to Tom and that he has in fact removed claims. And I will say this was the case initially. And I think I probably wouldn't be saying anything in this reaction, even about it, except for it wasn't like that initially. Initially, we would always get a claim. The algorithm would just pick up on the content being used that belongs to somebody else, and it would ding us like automatically. So we would put in to dispute the claim, and then Tom would usually come back and remove the claim. And I have a whole bunch of videos on my channel of reactions I did earlier when I started the channel, a year ago. Maybe it was a full year, maybe even a little more, where Tom did release claims. And I know the video you're talking about. My wife and I, Mrs. Realistic, we used to put that, it was a vertical clip. We used to put that in the front of our reaction videos. Sometimes I put it at the back of my reaction videos with, a fair use banner, So we did use that. It did work, and then, it started to be dumb to include it. I'm getting a text message here, so the old man's getting distracted. So it seemed foolish to include it anymore because we're just never getting them released. Now, how it happens in the past, I know my wife has been dealing with, responding to some comments on her channel as well. Sometimes we get them, even on big channels, even on big artists where they are signed, with a contract with the label, we'll repeal it. We'll try to get copyright credit as fair use, and they kick it back and they say no. And that's what's happening with Tom now. Other times we do it, like recently with Blink 182 and a bunch of mainstream signed artists. If they don't respond within 30 days, like some people are saying that Tom and Nova are way too busy. I imagine they're busy, but I'm telling you, they're on these things like hawks, like major. It's like somebody's really watching to collect the trinkets, the little silver coins. Big artists like, Blink 182 was the most recent one. They won't catch it in 30 days and they won't dispute it. And YouTube ends up granting you the privilege to have the copyright on that content. So it's a win-win for reactors. Sometimes if you reactors are hearing me, sometimes doing the mainstream signed artist, it works out for you and you get the claims released. So you always got to put in to challenge it the first time, the first go around. But none of them are getting past Tom anymore. And, and who is responsible for that? I don't know. You asked, other people have asked in the comment sections, have I tried to get to Tom? We have sent messages. I reacted to Flodzilla's song, and I know Flodzilla is really close with Tom and Nova. And in that reaction, I asked Flodzilla about this, and he acted like he gets copyright claims by Tom too. I don't think that's the case, and I don't think it's like that for No Life Shack and the bigger reaction channels. Of course, they bring obvious traction to an artist by just the mere size of their channel, but that just shoots the independent idea of all this in the foot for me. And this is why when I do a reaction like this, you can tell I'm bitter. And my wife hasn't been that way. She still really loves Tom and Nova, which I love the music, I love the talent, but I'm loving it less. And maybe it's because of this. You know, I work my ass off and I try to make videos on here, and it's nice when the peanuts fall in your lap. They all add up eventually. And someday when you got 2,000 videos done, maybe you make enough to buy yourself, your family some meals a couple times a week, maybe even. So I really want to promote the artists that will give, you know, will release the copyright claim to me so that I can make the peanuts. You know, Upchurch always does that. You know, I don't feel like he's out there looking to grabble every little bit of coin he can get. And I do feel that way with Tom. And you know what? I will be glad to apologize and admit if I'm wrong. If Tom would come out and address this and be like, yo, Matter or one of these other companies is doing it without him knowing, accept, okay. Let's whitelist these videos, and that would be fantastic. I mean, I love the music. It's nothing. It's just for me. It's time I can't spend doing these reactions anymore. But I think, you know, when you have it one way for a while, and then the artist rips it from you, it's almost worse than if you never got it. You know, I could react to an artist like NF. I rarely get a copyright claim released from NF. If I do, it's because he's too busy at the time to answer it. But most of them are almost always denied. But I never had that with NF. So I don't feel bitter about it. I wish we would get that. I would hope that, you know, all these independent artists would have a change of heart and come around and be like, you know what? I'm going to let this sprinkle out on that. You know, I heard, my wife mentioned that Ren had said that. Hey, it's not coming out of my pocket. I'm going to let the reactors get the love and make a little bit of money off their videos because they're putting the time and work. And you know what? That's shit from the heart right there. That's real. I appreciate artists that do that. I want to react to artists like that. So why would I want to keep showing love to Tom MacDonald for his music when he's not going to do that? And so a lot of you haven't understood what's going on. That's why I'm on here wanting to say that. This is a longer comment, though, and I want to respond to the next paragraph. She says, but you're saying now that Tom has totally changed his mind and no longer helps the reactors with the copyright stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If so, when did that all change? I'm not sure exactly. From my memory, it seems like it was about a year, maybe a year ago. I'd be truly appreciative if you took a minute to respond because this accusation really bothers me. I appreciate that. That's why I'm making this video. And unlike so many other questions we all have in the daily life about politics, education, and justice and corruption, and 1,000 other issues, I just believe that the truthful answer to this question is knowable and within my reach to find. Are you certain Tom is really screwing over reactors? And if so, has he ever explained himself? I find that difficult to believe, but she says, but I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, I definitely want to know and I won't defend him. Yeah, that's the case. Like I said, TuneCore was one of the claims. They would claim ownership, and then Matter. I don't know if these are owned by Tom or whatever, but everything's getting squashed now. It hits a wall completely. There's no help from Tom on any of this. And this is where, and I know I said it before, but this is where I get bitter because we used to get it. I mean, like when I said in the video, like I bought the merch, like I wanted to share the love because I knew I was going to get copyright credit on these videos forever, you know, when he released them in the beginning. But then when he pulled the rug out and it didn't happen anymore. So I would love Tom to address it. I hope he would. I've done other videos on my channel. I try to speak up for other reactors on this channel. I've done other videos about copyright claims and the fact that why can't we, especially the independent artists, why can't we all help each other out? You know, my wife and I have gotten so many views on some of these videos that could really change our life, you know? And I think Tom's doing well. He pushes us all to download this music over and over and to buy that merch, and I've done that. But, so yeah, let's see if there's more. There's one more paragraph here. I like both Tom and Upchurch, but I've been listening to Tom a lot longer, and I'm more familiar with his music. I am not a Tom zombie. Thank you. That's another reason I'm replying. Who thinks he can do no wrong, though? Like you, I wasn't a fan of the stronger version. He is at times overly pushy with his merch, and I have mixed feelings about that. But I love and admire him for many reasons, and so do I. Some aspects, for many reasons, some aspects, but definitely not all of Upchurch take on Tom's ring true. And that's very, you know what? Hey, I get that. But even the true aspects are exaggerated by Upchurch. I also think Upchurch is a loose cannon and has kind of a reckless, over-emotional approach to dealing with things that bother him. You know, yeah, I agree, but that's real. That's real. Upchurch is one of those guys who will fight with you, who will argue with you, but you know what? When you come to even ground, he'll give you a hug at the end. He'll appreciate that you guys met and hashed it out. He's one of those guys that you can do that with, and I don't feel that you get that with Tom. To me, I like that about Upchurch. I like the fact, for one, this is rap for me. I dig the heck that Upchurch wants to go at Tom, and I hope Tom wants to come back at him. This is what makes it fun. This is what makes us appreciate a rap artist even more when we find out how lyrically gifted they really are. I mean, this is exciting for me. So, I mean, even if I didn't have any disagreement with Upchurch, even if I didn't have a disagreement with Tom over the copyright claims, I mean, it is his content, right? He's allowed to do that. But this whole independent thing, I think we should be true to the core on that. Upchurch releases claims. Upchurch shouted me out in a video. I know a friend who started a reaction channel with his cell phone out in the oil fields. He had, I think, like 7 subscribers. And Upchurch went on that channel and commented to him and was like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, buddy. I'm here for you. And I mean, that touched my heart. And that's the kind of dude that Upchurch is. So I will be Upchurch till the day I die, you know, and I want to be that way with Tom. I like what Tom's doing. You know, I can hear the people talking about him, you know, doing that song with Shapiro. I get it. You know, Shapiro went south for me hardcore. But I could forgive that. I'm all for Tom growing and being successful and all that, but not so much if he's not going to let the peanuts fall on us reactors. I mean, we do support him, you know? Let's see, what else is there? I think Tom is not truly at the root of what is bothering Upchurch. Maybe you're right. But hey, last thing. I loved your Built Like That reaction. Built Like That swept me off my feet. I'm not gonna lie. Something magical happened in that song. Upchurch is able to get to my heart. Seriously, make me get emotional over music, the visuals, like no one else has ever done that. You know, and I mentioned one of my favorite songs, another one of my favorite songs of all time is Tom's Best Rapper Ever. Like, I dig that song. Like, it's high up on my list. But let's see what we got next. Upchurch has a song that affected me in a similar way as the Built Like That, how it affected me. When I first heard, and I'd love to see you react to it if you haven't already. It's called Desperado. I don't think it will replace Built Like That for you as your favorite, but I think you'll find it interesting. Different, strangely beautiful, or beautiful, haunting in a way. So I did do Desperado, and I was hanging on the name, but there are a few I've heard that remind me You know what? They remind me of this song. I think that one was very good. I think I got that one in my top 5. But anyway, so there it is. I appreciate the way you came at me with this comment, and that's why I wanted to take the time to get on here and let you know what I'm thinking and explain it a little better. I know my wife's probably going to want to take this link and share this to some of the people that keep asking her the questions, because there's a lot of confusion about how this copyright thing works, and people aren't believing us. They're not believing us that this is happening. But and like I've said, if you've got 1 million subs in your reactor, they're probably whitelisting all their videos to those people, for sure. But not the little guys. So, and my wife's at 16. I think she's about 16K, and nobody's got her like that. But there are a few artists that will really release claims. Rin is one of them. I think everybody that does reactions that hears this should definitely be checking out Rin's playlist, man. Rin is an amazing guy, amazing person. And if you're not doing that already, you should. And he does release claims. So, and Upchurch all day long. Creek Squad, Holler Boys. Much love. Later. Peace.